Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we ended up retrieving the Crimson Tiara back from Blue Blanc's hands. Of course, he played his little game with us again. He stole this tiara, scattered clues all over the city, and had us follow all the clues back to the actual hiding place. It was quite easy to find, actually, because all the clues were self-explanatory, much as opposed to the clues I had to follow doing Trails in the Sky first and second chapter. In the first chapter, there was one quest we had to do that was absolutely ridiculous. We were searching for... literally searching for a one-eyed lion. You know, it was so ridiculous that 3 years after I played that game, I still remember the phrasing. And we were searching for a one-eyed lion. It's hidden by the one-eyed lion. No clue what a one-eyed lion is, huh? Well, I didn't either. Turns out it was like a little scooter that the people at the airport used to travel around. A little scooter. The one-eyed lion. The fuck? And, well, this was, you know... much easier. Much easier. And I've got, you know, my doubts about it. Actually, it was quite nice to have to look something up for once. Because in the second chapter, there were like 3 or 4 Blue Blanc quests. And yeah. Alright, you happy? Thank you so much for all of you've done for us today. We'll be implementing even stricter security protocols so that what happened today will never happen again. Yeah, you better. I'm glad to see the tiara came back safely after all. It glimmers so beautifully, though. I can see why the thief would wanted it. I'm glad to see the tiara back. You guys got it back? Amazing. You're all students, right? What kind of school do you go to? Where you learn how to bust up thieves? Thank goodness. It seems like we may be able to keep our jobs after all. Yeah, what do you know? What do you think Phantom Thief B could have been trying to do by stealing the tiara? I have no idea. Thank you so much for all your help. Everyone here is extremely grateful for what you did. I bet. Thank Idios. Looks like we'll all be able to keep our jobs after all. But this time is no time to relax. I'm going to have to be extra careful to make sure no one lays a finger on it again. Alright, bye guys. Beep boop. Whew, that was quite exhausting. Phantom Thief B was an even more unpleasant fellow than I had expected. Annoying to think his smug face was watching us the whole time. Yeah, though his name is pretty well known around here. He was plainly suspicious even when we first met him, but I didn't suspect he'd prove this much of a troublemaker. Something wrong, Rean? I was just thinking, he must be incredibly skilled. He disguised himself so well that he was virtually unrecognizable, not to mention all those other things he did. If this were martial arts we were talking about, he'd definitely be at the master level. I can't disagree. True. But why would someone like that try to mess with us? He specifically asked for Group A too. Though I can't imagine why. Hold on. Is it my father again? This is Class 7 Group A, Rean Schwarzer speaking. Hello. Sounds like you've been keeping yourselves busy. I know it's you, Instructor Sarah. Oh, got it in one. How'd you guess? Don't tell me. Is it your smoldering love for your tragically beautiful teacher? I have, many feelings about you, but love would be stretching it. Anyway, you don't usually call us while we're out on a field study. There's something wrong. Actually, there's somewhere I'd like Group A to go. When you've finished up what you have to do for your field study, I'd like you to head over to the Song District. Okay, let's see. That's where Heimdall Cathedral and the embassies are, right? I think Elise's Academy is somewhere around there too. Yeah, that's the place. I want all of you assembled outside of St. Estria's girls' school at 5 o'clock. Group B will be there too. What? Don't worry, I've already informed the governor about this, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Anyway, have fun. Toodles! Hey, hold on. What's wrong now? It sounded as though the instructor is being her usual responsible self again. Pretty much. I don't know what she's thinking. Rean explained to the rest of the team that they were to assemble at St. Estrias' girls' school by 5 o'clock. Oh, I know where that is. That Girls' Academy for Nobles? Isn't that the one your sister attends? I have a few acquaintances who attend there myself, but I can't imagine why she'd have us all meet there. Girls' Academy, huh? I'm kinda curious. I'm sure she has her reasons. Weird ones, probably. It's almost evening, so we should finish up here and start heading over. The best way to get to the Sark district is by tram, right? Yeah, doesn't matter where we catch the tram from, it'll pass through there. I almost dread to think that we'll have to... what we'll have to do when we get there, though. The Sark district has been added to the list of locations selectable from any of the capital's tram stops. Alright, did time advance? Doesn't look like it. Chancellor Osbourne, yeah. Yeah. This is gonna be annoying. Why can I not go to the Sark district? What? I don't get it. We are done with our quests. Oh, yeah, of course you're the person who talks about that district. No, Bond is still sitting over there as well. Let's look at quarters. I have a bunch of Zepith. Like a bunch. Do I have a last slot to open up? No, already open. Everything is already open. What do I want? What do I want? Grim Butterfly. Nah. I don't... I have a bunch of Zepith. I don't know what to do with them. I don't need any of these. I don't need any of those. I can promise you we're gonna get good use out of those, but right now is not the time. This store's been in business ever since my throughout generations. I get it. I get it.
My turn.
Oh, not what I wanted. Anyways, let us look. Is that a treasure chest? Don't I have more? A help menu? No. Can I look at what's going on right now? Ah. Vermilion Capital. To Garnier District, we reported our monster extermination, hoofed it over there. Able to recover the Crimson Tiara. After returning the Tiara, I received a call from Instructor Sarah telling us to go to St. Estrias' girls' school. I had no idea what was waiting for us, but as soon as we'd finished everything we needed to do, we caught a tram to the Sark District. You mean I have to actually go to the tram station? Where there is this the tram station? Ah. I see it now. What? Ah, this animation happens every time I actually use the tram. Okay, I was a little weirded out by that. Is there anything left for me to do? Of course, you know, there's no ifs and buts about it. I have to look at every district again and look at the character placement. I have to check. Game always does this. I have missed a book because I was too lazy to walk around everywhere before. So let's not do that again. Those tend to get expensive. No, you're still sitting in the same positions as always. Definitely not sitting through that animation again. I can promise you that. Garnier District, I wouldn't have needed to go here. Ast. The kids and the dudes still standing around there? You. Dreikel's Plaza. Girls still walking around up front, yeah. Major Park. You are still standing where you are. Dude is getting his shop ready. The couple's getting annoyed by that dude, by the soldier. Port, Jim is still walking back and forth, not doing a thing on his job. No, everything is as I left it. Well then, let's go to the Sank District. I doubt we'll have time to do anything else once we've arrived at the Sank District. Should we get going? Traveling to the Sank District will cause the main story to advance. Too bad if I missed anything. Too bad. Oh, look at all those hot dudes!
They were wearing the same uniform as Rean's sister.
How attentive.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why would you?
Well, like 5 random people hanging out at the gates of a girls' school? Waiting? Don't you think that's a little weird?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
Yeah, what she said.
I was wondering, did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in the martial arts. That alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school. I've heard that even Princess Alphen herself is a student there.
I've heard that too.
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Erebonia, but even still.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Alphen is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Eugent. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee. I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumors suggest.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it. She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
Oh, right. I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver. He's Cedric and Alfin's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
Brr, brr, brr. He's only the half-brother, of course.
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner. It seems like a stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but that's how nobles do things.
I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately. He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship.
Liberl.
You know the one, right?
Arcee?
Ah, you must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel, after the crisis in Liberl was put to rest.
Arcel? Liberl? Dudes, are you high?
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
I believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as imperial governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already.
Ah, you made it.
It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Every time.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Well, some say that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two...
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course. I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now.
Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms.
Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
Oh, does it now?
That's girls for you.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
I don't get it.
That must be Heimdall Cathedral's bell.
That's an extremely loud bell.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say?
It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost district. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Rean?
Elise, what are you doing here?
Oh, Elise, what a coincidence that I would find you at your school after school is over.
Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you too.
It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
She doesn't seem all too happy about their classmates being here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Boy.
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here?
Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine.
Huh. 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 Speaking of Princess Alphine...
Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear. She could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estraya Girls' School.
I hope you'll enjoy your visit. Right this way.
Mischief Maker. Ha.
Ah, boys! I don't think I've seen that uniform before. You think they're from Thors Military Academy? My brother studied there when he was young. Oh, isn't that the military academy Drygel's found? I heard a lot of commoners to roll there too. Oh my, is that Lady Laura? She always looks so gallant. Oh, do you think she's transferring here? Isn't that blonde boy Juices, Duke Alberea's son? He's so cool. Do you think that boy's a foreigner? He's so tall. Oh, that redhead is so cute.
Oh, Elliot heard that.
That silver-haired girl looks like she needs a hug. Nice. Blonde girl seems so cultured. Which country is she from? Girl with a glass that suddenly made... Oh, dang it. You're too fast, girls. Oh, I can feel their stares boring holes in my head.
Pay them no mind. Heh, we certainly do seem to be the stars of the show today. Might be because of my bunny ears. And Laura's as popular as ever. I can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but... Please, don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside the school.
Do you think the boy in the front is a commoner? I'm not sure, but either way, he's so handsome. How do you think they know Elise?
Actually, you're right. This is kind of uncomfortable. Are they all the same age as you, Elise?
I don't know. I don't care.
Rosengarten. The Rose Garden.
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden. This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside.
Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Aww.
Your Highness, I brought the guests.
Why is this the blackest room in history?
Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh.
Are we gonna actually walk into that void?
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me... I knew it!
It's not as dark as it first seemed. What the heck? What is going on?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class VII. My name is Alphen. Alphen Rice Arner.
Racy?
It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Racy?
Some nice 2D flowers.
Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead.
Oh.
Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you! I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Saint Estrella too.
But it seems you chose to attend Thors after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thors gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thors, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself.
Oh boy.
Your Highness. Got you to look. But I... Well, she seems lively.
She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too.
Please don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elfin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Rean Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you. Your Highness?
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Rean? Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask. Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
What?
What?
What? Wait, what?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family.
Gotta admit, I'm kinda melting.
And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have 2 brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
That's one way of thinking.
I couldn't possibly. I mean...
That's enough, Your Highness. Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet you.
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean?
Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
He already knows us.
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh.
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
You know, that's the most awkward-looking walk I've seen.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
And you as well, young lady? Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable?
Who's this guy?
Good reaction.
I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Dude.
Sparkle. Could he be...
Ow!
I think that's quite enough.
What the heck is that? What the heck did you just hit him with? Was that literally just a piece of paper? The F? What was that? That looked like a giant, like the thing you fan air to yourself with. But what kind of scale is that? That was at least half a meter long. A half-meter long paper that doesn't... I'm not gonna quit. It's game. It's a video game. Don't...
Any more of that and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Oh, wait. So this is... Wow.
Indeed.
Oliver!
'Tis I, Oliviert Arnus, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince. I also serve as Thors Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
How do you talk without moving your mouth? You gotta teach me that one. Communion room.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thors? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you.
Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
Liberl.
You were in Liberl back then?
Liberl.
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl.
Liberl.
As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thors Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7, and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts. Not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it.
This is weird. You know, I get the feeling that he's actually saying that's on his. He's actually saying everything that is on his mind. Although we've come to know Oliver as a person who thinks one thing and says a completely different thing, and always is very careful about how he puts everything he says, and is arcing or moving ever closer to what he has in mind, but never quite lets anyone get an idea of what that thing he has in mind is. It's actually, I'm not getting any, you know, ambiguous vibes from him this time, though. He's actually being, he's being sincere, which I don't get it.
Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. That was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see.
Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to.
You are so about...
Your Highness!
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness.
Yep, smooth as fuck. Just ignore her.
I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7.
You can't even imagine all the problems that is going to cause you. Just ignore it. Don't let it happen. Way less problems.
Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my mother. That's the thing.
Now that you mention it.
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thors who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke.
Van Dyke.
I once attended Thors myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Neidhart and Sarah?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, Coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class VII a great foundation.
Can you elaborate?
She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Ooh. Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
Ooh. I knew it.
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers. She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
Alright, not a surprise at this point. Well then, the game lets me save. I guess I better use this opportunity to end the episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you next time. Until then, toodles!